I started on this book in 2006 when my grandmother died. She had talked to us quite a bit about Lyle, so we had some of the story, but not all of the story. And she had promised to leave the letters that he wrote her to me in order that I might be able to write this book. At the time, I did not know that there were letters available that she had written him. That was a surprise when my sister and I went to her house and I went to collect the letters after she had died. At the very bottom of the drawer, they were tied in a pink bow, and it said, "Here's for you, Julie." So she had asked me to write it, and I tried to write it in many different forms, but didn't feel like it was really true to her language, her voice, without just showing the journals and the letters and letting the story unfold like that. The story begins with two sets of journals, which I thought was very interesting. One set of journals was about her grieving the death of my grandfather. Simultaneously, she starts a journal about seeing Lyle again, hearing from Lyle after 50 years. So it's quite the juxtaposition of two different personalities and two different lives. In her world, she could separate those relationships very much. They were two different people, and she loved them in two different ways. So the story is quite interesting, and it's interesting to see how a woman of her generation dealt with things and made choices that maybe someone from our generation might not make the same choices. At that time, she could not have left and been able to take care of herself. She didn't have all of the same advantages that we have, and so partly what she wanted us to learn from the story, and I say us because that's our family, is she wanted us to learn to decide what is really best for you, just to love completely and deeply and not be afraid to speak up about when you fall in love, to be brave. And that's what she wanted us to learn.